Hi, welcome back. On the last video, we created some records in the database using PHP. It was really fun to do for me. I don't know if it was fun for you. It should have been fun for you if you like PHP. All right. So until now, we were able to connect to the database, create a table, doing PHP MyAdmin, and now we have finally started creating some data inside MySQL using PHP. So we created a username, Edgeman, and the password Linda, and I did 3. Now I want to be able to read it, right? So we want to be able to get that data out and do things with it, right? So this next step is after CRUD. We say that we started with CRUD with the C, creating, and we did create. Now we are going with the R of CRUD. Remember, we have CRUD. This is the acronym for create, read, update, and delete. So the next one is the R, reading. So let's go and do a save as on this file, and let's call it login underscore read. All right, perfect. So I want to do a couple things here. First of all, let's make sure that we are in the right page. I want to take this form out of there because I'm not going to use it anymore. So let's go down here and just delete this form right here. I think that's okay right there. We're going to be using this. And let's just delete this. All right. All right. Let's just delete this also. We don't need that. We don't even need this username because we are going to be reading information out of the database. So this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. And what I'm doing is when I'm clicking, you can see the little dash under the curly brackets. I'm just checking to see if they match. All right. So now what we got to change is we got to delete this because we're not making our query is going to be very simple. And our query is going to be something like select from, actually all, this asterisk right here means all in SQL. Select all from users. This is a command, very popular command in SQL. All right, and it's going to be from users. So now that we are making this query, of course it's going to give me an error on this page because actually we're not getting an error, but we are connected. We're good. So we're good. We're good. I thought it was going to give me an error here, but it has no reason why, because we are making the right query and we are not trying to get anything there that we don't have any access to yet. So no errors. Good. All right. So now that we have this, now we need to connect to MySQL via PHP. All right. So we do this. Let's create a PHP tag here. Let's do some PHP. And the way we do this, the way we bring data out from MySQL is going to come in an array. So we need a loop to go through that, and we can use a while loop. All right. So in this while loop, what we want to do is we want to use a function called MySQL I fetch row, and I'm not spelling it right. MySQLi, there we go, fetch row. And what do we want to fetch out of there? Well, if we go up here, we know that we have a connection and the query, and this is bringing back the result, right? We are making the query here, and this is bringing back some information. So let's just take this result and put it in between this, in the parameter of this function here. All right. So how are we going to display this down here? We need to assign it to something. Let's assign it to a variable called row. Now let's do the assignment operator there. So while MySQL fetch row equals result, while this is true, we are going to assign it to this variable right here, and then we are going to be displaying it down here. All right. So let's do a print r function here and see if we can get some data out of there. Row, and let's see if that worked. Perfect. So we got some information out of the database, right? We got an array, the first row right here. All right. The ID is equal to 1. The second is equal to Edwin, and the third one is equal to Superman, and I'm pretty sure this is the password field. All right, that's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, let's actually organize this a little better. Let's see if we can get something. Let's see if this works on here. There's another one that's called associate array, associate fetch. This, let me just give you an explain to you a little bit. MySQLi underscore fetch underscore ASSOC returns an associative array back to us. The other one just returns a normal array with just the indexes with 0, 1, 2, and 3. The other one returns an associative array that we can actually read the columns, and that is a lot better, I think. And as you can see here, we can see that the key for the username and the value right here, Edwin. We can see the key, password, and the value Superman, and on and on. Right here, the key and the value for the ID, right? Perfect. All right, so let's actually make this a little better. So what I'm going to do is something that might confuse you, but I want you to rewind this video if for some reason you don't understand. I'm going to turn off PHP right here. All right, you heard me correctly. I can turn it off. So right now, by the end, using the end tag, I'm telling Apache stop executing PHP. What I want to execute, HTML. That's it. That's what I want to execute there. All right. So now here I need to return to PHP to get this function here. So let's open PHP again with an open PHP tag, and let's go over here. And what we need to do is actually wrap this around in a pre-tag, right? So let's end PHP again, and let's put the pre-tag in here, and let's open it again. I know that sounds crazy, is it? So many opening and closing. We come here, we got a nice, pretty format, right? Look at that. Really nice, right? Formatted with the ID, with a key here, ID, with the value equals to 1, the username, value, Edwin. Look at that. Perfect. All right, this is how you organize data. You bring it back from the database. Beautiful, right? And we still have this, we are connected. That's fine. We can leave it there, or you can take it off if you want. But remember, these styles are coming from Bootstrap. This is the course, the other course that I got here on Udemy. So make sure that if you want to find out some more information about that, just check my other courses, and you can find this out and learn how to use Bootstrap. It's really easy. It's a really short course, by the way. All right. So now we were able to bring some data back. Perfect. Now on the next one, so we already did create, read, and we need to update data. Right. So the next video, we will update some data from with PHP to the database. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a review, or even send me a message and let me know how I'm doing. I will appreciate it very much. Thank you, and keep enjoying my lectures.